Have you really seen enough red flags from Trey Lance? Because I don't feel like Trey Lance has got the James Wiseman 37 games in his rookie year. I don't think we've seen enough to where, oh, man, maybe the hands, he ain't strong enough. Hey, I'm the first one to say, when it comes to his accuracy. But now that you got a stud running back in McCaffrey, I can't wait to see Trey Lance in this offense. So how are people making judgments so fast?
Because he didn't look good at the start of the season. He lost the Bears. But here's the pushback I would say to Nico is, he said Darnold's going to beat out Lance. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo didn't beat out Lance last year.
And I think that would be a nightmare scenario. He's in here on a one-year deal. He's here to, what happened in Philadelphia, and I know it was roster constructed or the rules, that will never happen to the Niners again. But Steiny, he's not here. He better not be here to beat out Trey Lance. Because if that happens, and Trey, I got nothing for you.
888-957-9570 is the number. We're throwing out the 49ers quarterback position. It looks like it's at least solidified. They have Brock Purdy, who ideally will be ready for the season opener. They have Trey Lance in his third year now, entering. And they have Sam Darnold, who's probably going to be their number 3 quarterback. And the only thing that I'm bringing up is by not having Garoppolo, and I'm not saying they should have kept him, they lost all their experience at quarterback. And so they will go into the season with Brock Purdy, who's coming off elbow surgery and only started 8 games in his entire career, and Trey Lance, who's only started 4 games in his career. So they are going into another season with instability at quarterback, right? Instability. Who's the number 1 quarterback right now? Who is it? Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
I was about to break it down. I think it's Brock Purdy. But
you think it is?
Yeah.
You think it is. And you might be right.
You said in those 8 games,
you might be right.
He got 2 playoff starts, and he started the NFC Championship game. That was sooner than Garoppolo ever played in the postseason. But if you really are sitting here telling me you believe Jimmy wasn't holding the Niners back, then I'm going to say, you know what, Steiny? I'm buying what you're selling. But I believe the Niners felt like, it was part that he couldn't stay healthy, but there was a limit on what he can do, and that's why this offense looked different under Brock Purdy. So
had nothing to do with McCaffrey.
Some of that too.
Okay.
Some of that.
Maybe a lot of it.
Well,
maybe a lot of it.
But a lot of it to the point to where is Lynch and Shanahan going to say, hey, can't wait to see Trey out there with the new Ferrari in the backfield. He was the starter last year. So did Brock Purdy do enough for you to where it's just he's won, and Trey Lance is 2 and Darnold's 3?
I mean, honestly, I don't know, because I'm sure Shanahan knows if he wants to start Purdy or Lance right now.
And I'm not being a jerk
wants to start
here.
Purdy.
I'm not going Steve Martin. But Steiny, I think you would be the only one missing Jimmy Garoppolo. And I get your 31-17, whatever his record was as a starter.
37-18.
37-8, damn.
Okay, what if somebody gets hurt?
Okay, you got Jimmy basically in Sam Darnold.
Well,
so
that's what people think.
Okay, and I think the team thinks that.
Okay, well, I don't think that. And I think Garoppolo's better than Sam Darnold.
I got something else for you for the guys that want to compare Wiseman to Trey Lance. I'm sorry. I want to see what Trey Lance is. And I think the Niners do too. I don't think they did everything that they did to bring him here to put him in the icebox. I think that we're going to find out whether it be preseason or not. I just don't think he has 0 chance is breaking camp and not being the starter week 1.
Why would he have 0? This is what I don't understand.
But
why would Trey Lance?
About.
From whom? By whom?
The Brock Purdy mania people.
He started last year. Trey Lance.
Yeah.
He started last year.
No doubt about it.
Brock Purdy just had surgery. There's an absolute chance that Trey Lance will start week 1 next year.
I can't wait to ask Willard. He's one of those guys. I don't want to speak for him.
It depends on how
it
plays out.
But no, if assuming Brock Purdy's healthy and ready to go, I still think there's going to be a competition.
I don't know if there is or isn't, but I do think that Kyle Shanahan right now, if you said, okay, both quarterbacks are going to be 100%, I think he'd say, okay, well, I'm starting Purdy.
Wow. So then,
but maybe Sam. But like the issue isn't who he's starting. The issue is that he's got somebody in mind who he would start.
Well, no. To me, it is. To me, the issue is if you start Mr. Irrelevant, which you can and you have, and he balled out. You're telling me you're just going to sit Trey Lance?
Yeah.
And just you move mountains to bring him in, but we're never going to find out. Or you like
they have found out. They don't like him.
Now, see that why? What makes you say that?
Because they've seen him in practice for 2 years.
Oh, man.
What?
They've seen him in practice.
Practice is important.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not, but they haven't seen him with Christian McCaffrey in this new offense, Steiny. I think they want to find out.
I think that, okay. I mean, I don't know the answer to, I don't know who's going to start next year.
But the curiosity as an organization, this is not just, oh, we got this guy in the third. Steiny, they moved mountains to get him.
No, I mean, traded a couple first.
Come on, Steiny, they want to know.
Who wants to know?
Kyle and John want to know.
You think they don't have a clue?
Now, clue and knowing are different. This dude has not failed in the public eye yet, Trey Lance.
That's maybe because they're protecting him. Like, I think the Warriors, in a way, protected Wiseman from us seeing him.
But not when he started. They at least gave him that.
Well, that was year 1, and Steve Kerr said he made a big mistake.